Yes, so he was saying about, luckily I had who is still a very, very good friend of mine, and I moved in with her, which was a lot easier than having to find somewhere or job, flat share. So that was rather, and of course it was Highgate, which was very, very lovely, still is. But you now were you in commuting distance from
Yes, I
London?
was. I lived just sort of like 20 miles outside of London, so it was very much in commuting distance. And for my first job, I mean, it's a little bit earlier than you, because I'm
Yes,
a bit older than you.
because
So
yes.
I came at my first actual salaried job was with the AKC, the Army Kinema Corporation,
Yes.
who provided films for the army bases all around the world. It was it was run by a lot of ex-army, well, not ex, but army sort of majors and generals and
right.
captains and
Oh.
and colonels,
Oh.
and also you had to sign the Official
The Official Secrets
Act.
Act, which you're still
Which you're still
under.
under.
You see, you're still
Right.
under that now.
Of
You
course,
will be.
So a lot of those bases don't exist anymore, of course. But anyway,
Yeah.
and I also liked the idea that it was something to do with sort of mildly to do with entertainment.
With yes, as it was indeed.
And so I worked there for a little while, but of course it's one thing leads to another, as it always does in life. And I met somebody there who I had a wonderful relationship with. I don't know if he's out there, David Wade. I would love to hear from you. I've been looking you up all over the place.
You never know.
It was slightly romantic, but more or less it was friendship. I mean, it was romantic from my point of view. I was a bit besotted with him, but he wasn't that besotted with me. But he did introduce me to a lot of things in my life. He was very, very keen on films. He knew a lot about films. I think he became a film critic, and he took me all over London to see all sorts of weird things. And the main thing, he introduced me to somebody who was part of my life until 4 years ago when he died, who's had mild sort of notoriety. He introduced me to Roy Mosley.
Yes,
Mosley, he became a writer and an agent, and I worked for him for a little while, and of course I had lots of adventures there.
I bet you did. And where were you living at that time? Because you shared.
Well, I had a small sort of foray into flat living.
Yes,
because when I went to work for Roy, he introduced me to somebody who was actually at that time working on the black and white minstrel show.
Oh gosh,
the dreadful black and white minstrel show. She actually
but
wasn't.
It was of its time,
she wasn't one
yes.
of the minstrels. She was actually one of the people not blacked up, and she was a singer. And then she worked with Kathy Kirby.
Kathy Kirby, I remember. Let's continue this very
Kathy
soon.
Kirby show.